Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for coming to this Words with Wings reading in partnership with the Montana Book Festival. We're so excited to have a room full of people. This is really, really fun. When I send emails out into the ether, I'm like, is anyone even going to show up? So it's nice to see all of you again. I hope that school is off to a good start and that we can bring back some summer vibes here as we listen to some poetry from summer camp. So as the Missoula Writing Collaborative, our main program is putting writers into mostly fourth grade classrooms. And so we're off to a good start with that. We're excited to get back into the swing of that. We also do adult classes and summer camp, as you all know. And today we're going to get to hear from some of our summer campers. So I am going to kick it off. Julian has said he would be our first reader.
Hi, my name is Julian, and I'm going to be reading Flicker. Living as I do does not circumvent the pain of loss, for it strains to drag me down whenever I spread my wings. Being able to fly does nothing to dampen it. A flicker of movement in the trees is all it takes to distract me, but then it hits me, and living my life feels like dishonoring that loss. Every moment I don't mourn is an eternity of suffering, and yet the sun still rises as if defying the darkness inside of me. Oh. Okay, I look at the sign. Do not move the furniture. We can move it back.
Amazing. All right, next up is Maddie. All right, Maddie, thank you.
Hi, my name is Maddie, and I'm going to read a poem called This Tree. This tree, it blooms in spring with pink and white petals, delicate as glass. This tree, it thrives in the summer, apples ripen, leaves whisper in the breeze. This tree, it changes in the fall in hues of yellow, red, and orange. The ground is a carpet of leaves. This tree dies in winter, covered in snow, crunchy and flaky. This tree will bloom again.
Thank you, Maddie. All right, next up we have Imogen. Imogen, do you need me to hold this for you? Okay.
Words with wings. Laughter. I walk into the Phil Foster of Education and look around. At first I'm shy and scared. I hope Eleanor will be in my class. Then I write poems. Finally, by Thursday, I have friends.
Thanks, Imogen. All right, and then we have Addie. Yay, Addie!
Hi, my name is Addie McFarland, and I'm going to read Pet Store today. Two siblings and their mom walk into a pet store. Brother, let's get a dog. Sister, no, a cat. While the kids fight, the mom went over to find a worker. Mom, hello, will you please help me and my kids pick out a pet? Worker, of course. The mom and the worker walk over to the kids. Mom, kids, this worker is going to help us pick out a pet. The kids stopped yelling. Worker, hi kids, picking out a pet can be hard, but the kids started yelling again. Cat, dog, cat, dog, cat, dog, cat, dog. Mom, stop yelling or we won't get a pet at all. The brother and the sister look shocked. Sister, should we get a hamster? Brother, yes. So the family got a hamster.
So something fun we got to do this year for the first time was do some playwriting. We had Sean Gant come and teach some playwriting on Monday, and then we had a lot of fun getting to watch all the skits all week. So that was really exciting. Alrighty, next up we have Eamon.
Sunflower. Here am I, all cold and shriveled, the vast expanses of my flowery rays, passing notes, almost musicals, along whispers carried through the dancing trees. I feel the breath of the deer on my spine, but they ignore me. They look into my fiery black eyes, and I return their frame, and we are let alone. The birds pass overhead, and I watch them and return, their shrill arias spreading them up to invade, their shrill cries spreading them up to invade the clouds and the vast expanses of the upper oceans, and we are let alone. The snails move in front, and I watch it, but it ignores me, and I return its ignorance to this world, and we are let alone. And who is that who stands above me? And I look it in the eye, and it returns the glare, but lowers itself down to me, and I feel a pull, and I return its acknowledgement, and we are let alone. And why does that pass overhead, seem to not notice? I feel a gentle tug, and its haste, and we are let alone. That's it.
Wow. All righty. Up next, we have Alex.
Hi, my name's Alex, and I'm going to read West Side of Sentinel. Mountains so close we are relatives. Great forest to the east where bears and wolves roam. To the west are the plains where horses and cattle graze on a small ranch. To the north are the gates of Hellgate Canyon where the Clark Fork runs through and the icy winds blow. To the south is the sky so big and so blue. The sky connects us all from north to south, from east to west. We are all relatives, even things that are a million miles away. We are still relatives. The sky connects us all. We never live, we never die. We are just specks on the earth. We are all connected.
All righty. And then we have Josie. Yay, Josie.
I'm going to read Why. And why do you go into battle? Why do I have to come? Why would you risk your life? Why don't we rest? Why do we have to fight? Why is it always the same? Why do they always attack us? Why do we play this game? Why do we watch people die? Why?
All righty. I want to invite anybody else up to read a poem. It could be another. Piper's ready. Yay!
I'm Piper. Hi. So this is actually a short story that I wrote. Okay. The trunk had been collecting dust since 1957. If you were to open it up, you would smell age and damp pages and something bitter. But you wouldn't turn away, because the trunk pulls you in like a siren, hypnotic and irresistible. You become obsessed. You must know what lies in its undulating depths. 2 steps forward and you would fall. The trunk doesn't have an end. Instead, it is filled with moments in time. You glimpse the blinding flash of a camera as paparazzi swarm around a woman in pearls, a mother drifting away from her child. Both reach out but don't know how to break the barrier between them. As you plunge deeper and deeper into the trunk, you notice a first kiss on an icy doorstep, the man who wished on every star, the skeleton of a house after a fire. She wonders if she'll ever be good enough. He works 3 jobs but still feels unfulfilled. The girl who makes everyone smile cries herself to sleep. There's a boy who always lets his sister win at chess. The air around you is dense with laughter, someone screaming, the coo of a pigeon, your favorite song playing again and again and again. You reach out for something tangible.
So Piper was actually part of our high school writing program, the Rattlesnake Writing Studio. So all of you campers can get excited to be a part of that when you're in high school. And they did some really fun things. They went to the Missoula Art Museum and wrote ekphrastic poetry and walked to Big Dipper in way too hot a heat, I think. Yeah, but let's see. Is anyone else feeling brave? Campers? Perfect.
Hi, I'm Nev Cork, and I'll be reading This Body of Water. This body of water is an ocean. It has orange fish with black spots. This body of water is very clear. It is teal blue. It is a warm ocean. It is calm, though sometimes it has really big waves.
Thank you. Feeling brave? Yay! Bonnie.
I'll be reading This Body of Water. This body of water is wild and free. It blows in the wind and stumbles across rocks. Fish and many more live here. This body of water has a feeling of its own. It flows like no other river on earth.
Nice work. All right. Feeling brave? All right. Yay, Zeta!
All right, I'm going to be reading Dragon. Imagine you're a dragon with fire in your stomach, with flames burning inside you, waiting to be used. Imagine you're a dragon with horns, teeth, and claws, shining in the sunlight, waiting to be used. Imagine you're a dragon with a coat of glimmering scales, thick plates of armor, waiting to be used. Imagine you're a dragon with huge sweeping wings folded upon your back, waiting to be used.
All righty. Anyone else feeling brave? I think we've pretty much reached the end of the folks we have. Are you feeling brave? Okay. All right. Well, I might invite a couple adults up to read some kid poems here. I didn't prep them for this, besides Cheryl, who is born ready. And I just... I want to introduce a few folks. So I'm going to let Cheryl start, and then I'm going to give the rest of you some time to find a poem. Is that okay, Cheryl, since you're born ready? I will. So Cheryl is our artistic director and founder of this organization, and she was a poet laureate. What years were you the poet laureate?
2011 to 2013.
All right, and just a champion of getting poetry into the schools. So Cheryl's going to read you a couple, and then I'm going to invite some other folks up to read one or two, and so that you can meet the whole team at the Writing Collaborative here.
And if anyone wants to come up and read a poem from the anthology that they like, please feel free to. You can read a friend's poem, a kid's poem. So I'm going to start. Is Bess Clark here? Okay, I'll be Bess by proxy. Hi, I'm Bess. A new night. The stillness waiting in the night, yet moving, changing. Ships in waiting, but in the moment not waiting at all. The moon is full, the brightest it's ever been, and the biggest. The stars are scattered. The dark side of the waves lag behind, the tops curling over, a new brightness coming into view. Waves calmer in the distance, this discovery everlasting. You know, you'd think these kids were reading like Virgil and Catullus. I mean, they're so remarkable. I think they're all reincarnations of T.S. Eliot and Sylvia Plath. Remembering as I Walk by Alden Fangsrud. I wake up and take a walk. I see a beagle, and I remember happiness. I see my friend, and I remember fun. I see a gravestone. I remember sadness. I see a snake, and I remember fascination. I see a black widow, and I remember terror. I see a flying hippo, and I remember confusion. I wake up. I see my parents, and I remember love. Not only are they brilliant, but they're so compassionate and innocent and Okay. I'm just going to read one more, and then I'm going to allow other people to come up and take this mic. Anna Pochak. I am from summer, weekends at the lake. I am from messy ballet buns. I'm from skiing every Saturday, from miserable, sweaty hikes up the M, complaining until my dad lets me ride on his shoulders. I am from failed fireworks on the 4th of July, explosions at ground level 2 years in a row. I am from summer trips to Pennsylvania, never leaving my grandparents' above-ground pool. I am from stressful nutcracker dress rehearsals, last-minute understudies, static spray, and hair gel. I am from my loyal German Shepherd, there to greet me every day after school. I am from my dad's silly movie quotes, random Slovak phrases passed down through generations, and playing poker with my grandpa. I am from volunteering at the Humane Society. I am from dreams of Hollywood and fame. I am from evenings at Big Downtown Tonight, afternoons at Big Dipper, mornings at La Petite Bakery. I am from Harry Potter, books, beanie hats, and Kettle House amphitheater concerts. So thank you for entrusting your beautiful children with us. And we just get solid gold waterfall of joy from them. Okay, so who's going to come up and wrestle this from me?
So I was going to invite a couple familiar faces up next. April and Emily were two of our summer camp teachers this year. So I'm going to have April come up first. And both of them also teach in classrooms, so your students might run into them all over Missoula or western Montana, really.
Thanks, Rose. Okay, I'll read Kaysen Sierra Sandviper. Sahara Sandviper. I was born a Sahara Sandviper, the second most venomous snake in the world. Curled up upon a fawn, I sink my teeth into the thief and find myself enjoying it. Let's see. Oh, Tugboat by Sage. Is Sage here? Okay, Tugboat. A damp, wet nose, soft brown eyes, floppy ears, a black tail wagging side to side, panting long and hard, eagerly waiting for me to throw a stick. I throw the stick, and he's running, and he falls right in the lake. He swims across the lake to get the stick and back, and I reward him with a green apple. This is my dog. My dog is Tugs. I'll read one more. I'll read two more. Let's see. One more from Sage, Cat and Dog. Dear Dog, we would do letter poems where objects that usually wouldn't write letters to each other would write letters to each other. So we've got a cat and dog. Dear Dog, why do you get more owners in the world? I mean, cats are way better than you. We won in the book called Cats versus Dogs. I'm obviously way better. Sincerely, Better Cat. Dear cat, I only get more because I am more lovable. All you really do is bat at stuff and scratch at stuff, run away and sleep. While dogs actually play with their owners and warn them of danger and be their best friends. Sincerely, Better Dog. Dear Dog, I don't get it. I just really don't. I should be more loved than you. I should be more loved, not you. Besides, kittens are way cuter than those hairless, blind things. Sincerely, cuter cat. Dear Cat, for starters, they're called puppies. And next, just face it. Dogs are more lovable than cats. Sincerely, Lovable Dog. And then Marin, is Marin here? One of Marin's, Dear Alaska, why are you so big? Is it weird having boats cross your body? Are the northern lights pretty? Does it tickle when children are sledding? Are sled dogs cute? Is it fun to be you? Yours truly, Montana.
All right, I'm going to read two by Dottie Herring. I'm Emily Walter. Thanks. And so the first poem by Dottie is called Morning. Yellow creeps across the mountainside, chasing back the dark. A crow perches, lonesome as a golden haze rises. Gray fades to white to blue. Spring. 13 red robins present their song to the sky as they stroll through the clouds. I'll just give you a little side note. One of my favorite parts about having Dottie Herring in our class this past summer, every time we would go for a walk, she would point out different birds. So I was like, Dottie, just write about birds the whole week. So, all right. This is also by Bess Clark. Cheryl read another poem by her. This is Bear Tracks Bridge. Under the Bear Tracks Bridge, the Missoulians speak of secrets and mysteries, plans and prophecies. Perhaps some have no home, but never is there such a lack of words to fill your mind or your throat. This is because, though you may wander, your head is never empty, never of thoughts, never of words to describe the Bear Track Bridge. People speak of dreams under there. Perhaps it is not all so negative. Perhaps there are wishes. Perhaps there's fun under the Bear Tracks Bridge. Surfers and swimmers, losers and winners, in the contest among the friends who gather to laugh and smile and jump off the sides of the Bear Tracks Bridge. Don't you guys think that could be a country western song? Yeah. I mean, like a good country western song. Do you want, Carolyn?
Okay, you guys are in for an extra special treat because we have our past ED here and our new ED, and it's Carolyn and Caroline. So I'm going to have our past executive director come up and read one and then pass the mic, so to speak, to our brand new executive director. I'm just so thrilled that you're both here, and they are just two of the best people. This organization has been in such good hands and is now in such good hands. And I just couldn't work for better people. So I'm going to give it to Carolyn first and then Caroline.
The Lynn Line Show. Hi. Well, I had to get up here because everyone's reading my favorite poems. But there's so many to pick from. So thank you all for showing up and supporting your kids. And it's such a pleasure to hear such incredible work. Always. But really, you guys, you just knocked it out of the park. And also thank you all the instructors for being such incredible inspiration. Okay, I'm going to read Frankie's poem. And Frankie here, I know her. Oh, okay. I'll read her poem for her. I see train tracks without a train. It's called Time Held Still. I see train tracks without a train. I see a dark tunnel without an end. I see chimneys without gray smoke. I see windows without light beyond. I see dusty buildings without doors. I see colors without any hope. I see that time held still. Love that. And then I'm going to read one by Sloan Hickey called Beta Fish. Always forgotten about, I sit on the antique wooden table in a small glass bowl. To them, I am nothing but a fancy decoration, something different and interesting that you can show your friends. True, I may be interesting, but not for why you think. Not for my glittering colors or extravagant tale. I, too, have feelings, but they are seen as insignificant. They forget I am still a living creature. Rarely it is when I get the care I truly need. You look at me as a hobby, something you can talk to and that will have no choice but to listen to you on and on. What if I talk back? Wouldn't that be surprising? Something that is to be kept away from seeing the seasons change or even just watching the sunrise over the mountains, left rotting in my own pool of misery and sorrow. Every day, the same thing repeats. I am overlooked in my own environment. They have all been distracted by something new and glamorous, while I am still here, waiting to be seen.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm Caroline Sims. Gratefully taking the reins from Carolyn Patterson, and I'm going to read 2 poems by Fiona Carr. Are you here today? Fiona, is this okay? I'm drawn to these poems because they are such illustrations of the range that these kids span when they write. The first one's called The Lifeless King. A lifeless king lies dead on the throne. Not a soul had shown their bone, for which I show shame. I still have my pity for the claim of the lifeless king, for whom which to claim of the lifeless king. The second one is called This Is Just to Say, which might sound familiar to some of you. This is just to say, I have taken your cookie in the lunchbox, and you were probably going to eat it. I'm sorry, but it was very good. And I'm also sorry, it was the last cookie on earth. So I wanted to thank all of you for coming, and I want to thank Rose Dixon, our program director, for organizing, all of the teachers who are here and those who are not, all of the brave and bold students who created something out of nothing, out of your heads and out of words, and for all of the brave parents who shuttled kids back and forth and also support their writers. Does anyone else want to read before we wrap up? Yes. Yes. Thank you. Is it Imogen? Imogen, thank you so much.
My name is Imogen, and I'm going to read Fighting Injustice. Matthew stepped into the room and looked around. Have you come to confess, Matthew? Said Philip. Not quite, said Matthew. Well, then why did you come? To teach you a lesson, said Matthew. Ha! Where am I? In school? Said Philip. You're a liar, said Matthew. I try to lie twice a week, said Philip. Well, let's stop chit-chatting and get this over with, said Philip, punching Matthew. They stepped out of the classroom and into the lockers fighting. Finally, Philip ran out of the school. Matthew's boss called him. We'll take it from here, he said. No, I can do this. I will do this, said Matthew.
Wow. Thank you all for coming today. We are so lucky to get to work with all of your amazing kids, and we hope to see you all back at summer camp next year, whether that's our teen camp or Words with Wings again. We're already busy kind of dreaming up some new things that we can do for camp. So we have a table out in the hall with QR codes for our Instagram if you don't follow us or subscribe to our newsletter. We also have a few extra anthologies. Grandparents' Day is tomorrow, in case you didn't know that holiday existed. So if you want to get an extra for your bookshelf or for a birthday present or for your grandparent, come see me at the table, and I will attempt to make change. Yep. Okay. Thank you all. Have a lovely day.